All right, I just got back from Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. Sorry about the lighting, but it's 9 o'clock at night. And YouTube, you better not put a strike on this because there's no clips whatsoever on this particular video. This is just my thoughts after watching the film. Now, I'm a Batman fan, so obviously I would be rooting for Batman. Now, wow. Well, first, before I start talking about the movie, let's go through the characters, all right? Superman, and played by Henry Cavill, is, he's good, actually. He fits the role perfectly, and he makes it his own. I especially like what he does with his portrayal as Clark Kent is unlike Christopher Reeve. No longer is it the bumbling fool, which I don't mind, never did mind that. And honestly, him being bumbling kind of hides his character a lot better. Amy Adams is okay as Lois Lane. She's no Margot Kidder. That's basically all I have to say about that. Let's see. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, or Alexander Luthor. Now, here's a character that people really didn't agree with. I thought he did okay. He was very convincing as a evil person, you know? And much like Bruce Wayne, Batman, he has paranoia for Superman, which is understandable. Both of them, I can understand why they would be afraid or have some sort of paranoia towards Superman. Superman is a god. There's nothing other than kryptonite and maybe magic, if you read the comic books, that pretty much nothing else will take out Superman. Superman, no weaponry like missiles and bombs and all this other stuff can take him out. And that's scary. That is scary. How a guy who's so powerful that he could basically destroy everything, which he has gone rogue. And if you read the comics, Darkseid has manipulated his mind and he has gone rogue, just like Jean-Luc Picard went rogue when he became Locutus of Borg, and he went and fought the Federation and basically annihilated it because Locutus is Captain Picard, and Captain Picard knows, the Federation backwards and forwards. He knows all the weaknesses. So getting back to Alexander Luthor, now they say he's too young to portray Luthor. Well, what's the problem with that is he's not playing the Lex Luthor we know. He's playing his son. Basically, if you read Infinite Crisis or Crisis on Infinite Earth, I believe that he portrays the character of, Alexander Luthor of Earth 3. I think it's Earth 3. Where his father was the only superhero on that planet or whatever. I think that's the Luthor that he played, and he does a good job. He's convincing as being a bad guy, and much like Batman and Bruce Wayne, he's basically paranoid about Superman, as I've already said. Unfortunately, unlike Bruce Wayne, Batman, he takes it way too far, stretching the limits and going way beyond the realm of good and evil. He steps over that line, whereas Bruce Wayne, Batman, just he pushed the boundaries, but he didn't go over the line. Now onto the other main character. So I already went over Superman. So Bruce Wayne, Batman. Ben Affleck really did a good job and was very convincing as Bruce Wayne, Batman. He did an awesome job. He was very convincing as Bruce Wayne. He came off as a playboy kind of character, but you could get a hint that this was his facade. This was his, this was his mask, basically. And they did a good job capturing the detective element and of Batman. They went and showed that he's a detective, and he went around, going around, gathering clues and trying to He investigates, and he basically is very dark character, just like we know he is. I think he did a great job as Batman. He probably surprised a lot of people, because a lot of people didn't fare too well once they heard that he was going to be Batman. They protested it as if he were Michael Keaton again. And that was unfortunate and unfair. And if you watch his portrayal, I give him props for what he did. Now, the other one that had a problem was Gal Gadot, I think that's how you pronounce the name, as Wonder Woman. Now, she doesn't have as big a role as Superman and Batman, obviously, but she did pretty decent from what we saw. Maybe it'll expand upon in her solo film next year, I think it is. I don't know. I think she did okay from what we saw. So, and the story is pretty decent. It drags a bit, I'll admit. I mean, it flows. Sorry about the lights back behind me. I'm actually in the parking lot. I'm basically doing a overview from the parking lot after I saw the movie. So like I was saying with the story, it kind of drags a bit. I mean, it continuously flows, and you can get what's going on. You get the first part where Batman is, you see the backstory, which is a touching scene, but we know the origin of Batman, so it doesn't go into great depth. They show his parents getting murdered, but it's only like about 2 minutes, maybe not even that. And it's just basically a reminder of what happened. And then they go into if you didn't watch Man of Steel, it does a great job incorporating the Bruce Wayne character that we have no idea that was actually there. They incorporate what happened in Man of Steel and puts Bruce Wayne there. See, we didn't know Bruce Wayne was there while it was happening. We didn't even know Gotham City's a sister city to Metropolis until Zack Snyder said or mentioned it. Let's see, what else? I don't want to go into great depth about it, without giving up stuff. So, let's see. Obviously, we know Batman and Superman fight, and the fight choreography and the fight scenes and everything, that's superb. It really is. Any fight scene in this movie is really well done. The way Batman and Superman interact is good. The Trinity, which is Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, honestly, I think they could probably hold their own in their own movie series. I think they can have a Trinity movie. After this Justice League two-part movie, obviously there's going to be a Man of Steel sequel, Batman's movies. Honestly, I can see a Trinity movie actually working, and these characters were actually well portrayed, so I would be excited to watch all three of them again. I don't want to give everything away. So, well, in closing, the biggest thing I want to say is Mr. Snyder, Dan Snyder, has balls. You will know what I'm talking about once you see this movie. I'm surprised he went and wow. I'm surprised that he went this way. I had no idea that he would do what he did. I'm not going to say what he did, but wow, he has balls for doing that. Now, obviously, we know that Justice League movies are coming, so obviously we know what's happened today with this movie does have an impact on... Well, obviously it has an impact, and whatever happens to the... whatever happens in this movie, basically we know the characters that we have so far, we know are going to be in the next movie, Justice League. And we also know that Cyborg and the Flash and Aquaman were actually seen, which they just brief cameo. So I'm interested in seeing what he can do with that. But man, if Snyder does exactly what he did today with the Batman versus Superman, that would be really exciting. I'm really excited to see what he does with the next Justice League two-part movies. I'm interested in the Suicide Squad. I'm not sure how Batman fits in all this, because it's supposed to be a multiverse, and Joker is actually involved in that. And they had a preview, which was decent. They also had a Lego Batman movie trailer for next year, which I'm kind of excited about. But really, wow. I really recommend this movie, and I'm probably going to watch it. I watched it in 3D, and I'll have to admit the 3D element, I didn't really notice much depth with the 3D. Tomorrow I'm probably going to go see it in IMAX, so I'll probably report on that. And maybe tomorrow I might go more in depth with the story and other stuff. But for now, I recommend this movie, and I love the portrayal of Ben Affleck as Batman, and just wow.